Hello. Okay, we're live now. Good to see you, Shamsasuru. Mr. Olugbodi is already here. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join us before I bring you in, sir. In Canada, good to see you. So glad to see a lot of people joining us tonight. Amzat Abiodun, MZ Tozi, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's just wait for a few more people to join us, and then I'm going to bring Mr. Olugbodi here live. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm sure we had a very lovely session yesterday, and we're going to have a much more rewarding session this afternoon. Joe Ashaolu, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Otoibi Sarah, thank you. My brother is here. Ebenezer Adeyinka, thank you so much. So we'll just wait for a few more people to join us. Thank you, Joe. Sammy Sachs, thank you for joining us. Okay, Teddy is here. Tunde Ajayi Okpe, thank you for joining us tonight. So we're just waiting for a few more people to join us, and in the next 2 minutes, we're going to take off. So we're going to have a very rewarding session tonight, I'm very sure. Mr. Olugbodi is already here. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you. God bless you too. We had a very, very rewarding session yesterday. A lot of people have given me comments, sent in some text messages to me about yesterday's session. It was mind-blowing, and I'm sure that today's session is going to be fantastic. You need to listen to Mr. Olugbodi, and I'm sure that a lot of us will have a lot of takeaways from this evening's session. Kennyville, good to see you. Kanuri, hello, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Some people joined us from the US yesterday, so if you're joining from outside Nigeria, please, it will be nice for you to indicate so that we can know where you're joining us from. Okay? Let us know your location, Ibadan, Lagos, wherever you're watching us from outside the country. It will be good for us to know where you're joining us from. Okay, Akinyoyi Adekunle, hi. So good to see you here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So, just waiting for a few people, and then we are going to start right away. We're going to start right away. Just 1 more minute, and then we'll start. Oh, Shamsasiru, you're watching from Abu Dhabi. Wow, thank you so much. From United Arab Emirates. So good to know that you're watching from there. Ebenezer, you're watching from the United States. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I believe that the past few days have been very rewarding. So wherever you're watching from, so please let us know, from Ibadan, from Lagos, from Abeokuta, from wherever in Nigeria, outside the country. It will be good for us to celebrate you. Thank you so much. I put this series of live sessions together to celebrate my 20-year milestone in the banking industry. Oh, Joa Shaolu from Taiwan, Taipei City. Hope you guys are keeping safe, okay? Please keep safe wherever you are, and I pray that the Lord will protect you and preserve you. Joa Shaolu, so good to see you. Thank you. I know you're also always on my Facebook. Thank you so much. You're one of the great people on social media that I'm yet to meet physically, okay? But distance is no barrier. Kanuri from the United Kingdom. Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. AYCD44. Good to see you here. Oh, Sarah Otoibili from Jos, Plateau State. Wow. God's pleasure. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, I decided to put this together to celebrate my 20-year milestone in the banking industry. I felt that it would be good for me to also give away. And the kind of giveaway I want to do is not to give away naira and kobo, but to give away information, to give away knowledge, to share from my contacts, and that's why I'm bringing people here to share from their knowledge, to share from their experience. Chet, good to see you. Chet is my colleague. Thank you so much, Cheta. I'm happy you're here. Kids and Trends, I'm happy you're here. Okay, YCD44, you're from Ekiti State. You're watching us live from Ekiti. So good to have you here. So that's why I'm having this series of Instagram live session for me to celebrate myself. Chet, okay, Chet, let me bring you on for a minute before I bring on Mr. Olugbodi. Cheta is my colleague at work and one of the best people I've worked with. I think we have worked together in 3 different banks now, and an absolutely fantastic person. Okay, Chet, I'm waiting for you. You want to appear? I'm just waiting for you. Landmark Wholesale, you joined. So good to have you here. So good to have you here. Okay, Chet, I'm waiting for you. Okay, God's pleasure, all the way from the United Arab Emirates.
Nice to see you, Bayo. Wow. And well done on what awesome. That you're doing. You're doing an awesome job.
Chet, you can't
connect. We had a wonderful session yesterday.
Okay.
With Udo King.
Thank you so much.
We had a wonderful session.
Thank you so much.
And I remember that phrase, ethical bride. And someone said to me yesterday, someone said something to me yesterday, and I said, have you ever heard of ethical bride? Do you know what that means? All you need to do is to do something extra to get you much, much more than what you did. So well done, Bayo. I'm grateful that you're giving us this gift of knowledge during this 1 week, and we're going to be glued to our phones every day this week, because there's nothing much more than knowledge. So well done, Bayo. Kudos. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Chet. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chet. Thank you for your friendship. I really appreciate you. Thank you. We've worked together in 3 banks now, myself and yourself, Abi, and it's been an awesome time with you. Thank you. I appreciate a lot of times when I have to come to you to borrow knowledge from you.
God bless you too, Bayo. Thank you.
Thank you. You have been part of my success story, and I appreciate you. God bless you too. Okay, so I'm just going to bring on Mr. Kola Olugbodi right now. I'm going to bring Mr. Kola Olugbodi right now so that we can get on with the session today. Okay, Mr. Olugbodi, can you just can you just join? Can you just send me? I'm trying to send you. Okay, Mr. Olugbodi, I'm trying to connect you so that we can join now. Okay, Mr. Olugbodi, can you hear me? If you're still there. Okay, Mr. Olugbodi, I'm trying to. Are you here, Mr. Olugbodi, so that we can join you? You can be here. Okay, you're here. Okay, all right. I'm connecting with Mr. Olugbodi right now.
It's really a good one to join you today. How are you?
How are you doing, sir? So good to see you.
I'm good. I'm good. By His grace.
Thank you
so
much. I'm very
fine. Very big congrats. 20 years in active service is not a joke. So congrats.
Thank you, sir.
I can only pray that God has brought you this far. will yet take you much more higher than this.
Thank you so much.
Like the Bible will say, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. It has not crossed any heart where God is going to take you. So by the time I'm seeing you being the CEO of a bank, I won't be surprised. And then what bank we send for you? Well done, my brother. So nice to be here.
Amen.
Well done.
Amen. I receive it. I receive it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Thank you for accepting our invite. And we'll just get to it right away. I would just like to say a few things about Mr. Olugbodi, and then we'll get to it right away. Just to read a few things about him. Mr. Kola Olugbodi is an enigmatic Nigerian. He has a uniquely innovative mind, and with it, he has blazed the trail in a unique profession. He is the founder of the first background check organization in Nigeria and West Africa. Mr. Olugbodi was born in the city of Lagos to Joshua Oyedele Olugbodi and Grace Olabisi from our town in Osun State. He attended Atunda Olu School for the Handicapped for his primary education. For his secondary school education, he started with Baptist Academy, Obanikoro, but concluded at Ede Baptist High School in Ede, Osun State. He gained admission into the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife in 1984, where he obtained the Bachelor of Science degree in Demography and Social Statistics in 1988. He observed his national service year with the National Population Commission and was retained by the Commission as a population statistician. Immediately he concluded his NYSC in 1989. Mr. Olugbodi left MPC for the North-South Bank in 1992. That's one story I would like to hear. Okay, Mr. Olugbodi became an entrepreneur immediately he left NSB in 1995. He became the CEO of Josh Cyrus, a human resource and outsourcing organization. After that, he became the inaugural CEO of Background Check International, the first and pioneering background check organization in Nigeria and West Africa in 2004. And BCI specializes in full-service background check, corporate due diligence, risk management, address confirmation, claims verification, employment background check, vital documents verification, business intelligence services, and consultancy services. Kola Olugbodi is currently Africa's leading background check expert. He's also the chairman board of trustees of the Association of African Professional Background Screeners. He's an author, he's a blogger. He has a book, which he's also going to talk about, a fantastic book, Through It All. Okay, he's an author, he's a blogger, he's a conference facilitator, he's a motivational speaker, whose hallmark in life is to impact others for good and for God. He is widely traveled and married and blessed with 2 children. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you're there, put your hands together.
The pleasure is mine.
Mr. Olugbodi. We're glad to have you here. We're glad to have you here tonight. And I think we should just start out, sir, about you talking to us about your early childhood and the challenges you faced. I remember during one of the meetings which we brought you for, you spoke about right from the womb, you actually faced the challenge. I remember hearing about the umbilical cord, around your neck. So we want to hear, about your early
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Bayo. It's really, it's been wonderful meeting you as a person. You're really a very fantastic person. At times, I wonder how you're able to combine the things you do with the banking business also. You're a very good writer also. At least one of those I always look forward to read your posts anywhere, anytime. So once again, a very big congrats to you. 20 years in a career is a big order.
Thank you.
Many started when you started, and they are no more.
Thank you, sir.
Many made some mistakes along the line, and they are not where they ought to be. So the truth of the matter is that you are here by the grace of God, and you are so much appreciated. All right. One thing about my life that I've discovered is that it's as if God just created me to use my life to encourage and to comfort others. and to make people know that no matter what, how your background may be, no matter what you've gone through in life, or what you may still go through in life later in the future, all those things don't, they don't conclude foreclose anything as touching you, and where God is still going to take you in life. You know, of course, the day I was born, that was August 6, 1965. My mother said it was a Friday, and I was able to confirm. That day when I came out, I was weighing 4.5 kg. I was big, and then of course that wasn't the problem. The problem was that when I came out of the womb, they discovered that my umbilical cord was knotted in 3 places. Of course, I had to check. When my mother told me, I had to check online what that means. And of course, umbilical cord being knotted means that on the oxygen is not going to flow into the brain, you know. And of course, one thing that could have happened if I didn't die was that maybe I would have had brain damage, and maybe have cerebral palsy or something like that. But thank God, I don't know. You know, the amazing thing was that I don't even know how long the knot has been there from the womb. You know, so now giving birth and now discovering that, oh, there has been a problem right from the womb. To me, it's a miracle. And like I tell people, if some people are meant to be anything great in life, if there is a journey that God has in stock for some of us, there's somebody that seems to always know what your destiny is like, and that's the devil himself. And if possible, he wants to attack you right from the onset. Of course, sorry, I'm going to be talking so much about the Bible because that's my strength. You know, before Moses was born, also the Pharaoh of that time also issued a decree that children, every male child should be thrown in River Nile. And then even Jesus Christ, Herod said any male child 2 years and low should be killed. So I discovered that was like what happened to me even right from the day I was born. I'd been a target. There seems to be something that's saying that you guy, you're not going to become whatever you're coming to this world to be. So I just want to use this to encourage people. Maybe you just giving back to a child, and it seems as if there has been a problem from childhood. Instead of you blaming God and asking who you have offended, begin to really rejoice because there seems to be a mark of greatness upon that child. You know, and one thing is that they can only delay, they can only debar, but they cannot obstruct or stop that child from becoming what he is destined to be. At least I can use my own situation as a testimony along that line. All right, so I escaped that umbilical cord episode. But the second attack, I called it attack because the things that happened after were so interesting. When I was like a year and a half, I was born during when the Civil War was just brewing, and then my parents were in Port Harcourt then. That's south of Nigeria, and that's where the real thing was happening for the Biafra War, you know. So my mother had to bring me down to Lagos, and so I could not obtain some of the vital vaccines that I was supposed to take over there. All right, so until I got to Lagos, and I was taken to the hospital and I got the vaccine. But 2 weeks after the vaccines, something just went upside down. I just discovered that I could no more walk, or rather my mother told me because I was not aware of things then. She told me that I was on the potty one afternoon, and then suddenly I fell off the potty, and she thought I was playing some pranks, and she told me to get up, and discovered I could not get up. The two legs were paralyzed. She pulls me up. I fall back all the way back to the ground again. And then, of course, that was how it started. You know, when people ask me, well, the best I can call it is polio. But the incidences that happened after then pointed to me that this one is more than ordinary sickness. Because, of course, the man that first tried to treat me was an herbalist. He knows how to come up with different concoctions. And when he tried, I think he's been trying, and then one day I was supposed to be taken to him. He's a neighbor, actually. I was supposed to be taken to his apartment, and the wife just insisted that, no, don't bring this boy, oh, there's something wrong with this, your boy, oh. And of course, my mother had to say, so what's the problem? And she had to go in. She left me outside, and she saw the man. He's been covered from head to toe with chicken pox. And the wife felt that it's because he's been treating me, and there are some Aye people that came to visit her husband overnight and asked him, why are you treating that boy? You understand? So then I had to be taken. Then we were in Lagos. I was taken to Abeokuta for that treatment. They believed that it was not medical, so they were trying to look for other herbal way of handling it, you know, or spiritual ways of handling it. So when it took me to Abeokuta, the first person that tried to attend to me was an imam, an alfa, that had to do some incantations or something from the Quran. I think he got into it, and before he knew it, some few days into he's trying to treat me, the man died. Yeah, and then of course, so that was the end of that. Yeah, he died. Then they said, oh, all right, this one, it's only Obatala people that can undo it. So I was taken to an Obatala priest, and yeah, he made some concoctions and said my mother should come on Thursday for the concoction. That once I take those concoctions, everything should be okay. That Obatala priest died on Wednesday before the Thursday. All right, so it's I'm saying this so that people will know that I was not given any opportunity to become anything in life. In fact, not able to live. Talk less of surviving, and then, I mean, being old enough now to start telling testimonies and stories of what I've been through, you know. So I can only keep encouraging people when things come your way. Like the Bible will say, the sickness is not unto death. It is to the glory of God that the Son might be glorified in it, you know. And so that's my story. Eventually, I think there was another witch doctor that they took me to one very deep forest. I think I was already like 2.5 years, going to 3 then. So I could faintly remember that journey into that forest. And somehow, I don't know what he was able to do, but coming back after a year, I spent like 6 months with that man, and somehow one of the legs was revived. The left leg is still paralyzed up to today, you know. So that was how my childhood days had been, you know.
Wow, amazing. Now, Mr. Olugbodi, amazing. You are a survivor, and this is fantastic. Now, one story, one part of your story that has always fascinated me is that one about the masquerade. because every single time I hear about that masquerade story and how that actually prompted you to decide to take your destiny into your hands and, you know, and not to rely on people.
All right.
It fascinates me.
Yes,
I'd
thank
like you to tell
you,
our
Mr.
audience about
Bayo.
that
I
masquerade
think that one
story.
happened when I was
You know,
like
what are the
7 or
lessons you
8
learned from
years
the masquerade
old.
story?
My father used to take us to our village at least once a year, and most times that's during Christmas. And so the Christmas of that year, yes, we were taken to my village in Osun State, one small village called Ara. It's in between Ede and Ejibo, you know. So the Christmas of that year coincided with the masquerade festival of the village. And of course, everybody counted it as fun. So I remembered one of those days while we were in the village, myself and I think some few of my cousins and one or two of my very young siblings too were there. And I can remember one of my uncles. That uncle is just like a year older than me, you know, when your grandpa is also still marrying and giving birth and, you know. All right. So we all left the family compound that day and we just took down. And then suddenly we just had this drumming coming from nowhere. And everybody started running helter-skelter. And of course, the warning was that masquerade should not meet anybody on the road. That is very dangerous. He's not supposed to meet anybody on the road. So everybody took off. Everybody we left my family compound also took off. And I was supposed to also take off and run. And then suddenly, almost for the first time in my life, I discovered I was different from others. They can just decide to run and just go off like that. But I wanted to run. Yes, I was afraid of the masquerade also. But the man was running. I kept on falling, rising, upping on the right leg that was okay. And I was screaming to first my family members, my cousins and nephews, and that my uncle. I was crying that everybody should wait for me, but nobody stopped. It was every man for himself, God for us all. You know, that day, even though I was young, there's something remarkable happened in my life. Somehow, I just felt this is the way life is. That in life, it's a matter of every man for himself, God for us all. If you're going to make it in life, if you're going to survive, if you're going to make any headway, your destiny is in your hand. It just occurred to me that day, you know, and it occurred to me that yes, when you think you need people most, that moment when you think you need the help of others most, that's when you will be deserted. I felt deserted. I felt betrayed. Nobody cared whether the masquerade catches up with me. Everybody just wanted their own safety, you know. So that day, Mr. Bayo, I just made some resolutions in my young heart.
Yeah.
Yes, people always ask me, so what happened after? Yes, I've changed. But one of the first things that came to me that day is that I'm not going to trust people again. I'm not going to trust people again. If I trusted people so close to me and they did this to me, then nobody is worth trusting. Then secondly, that day I just told myself, Kola, your destiny is in your hands. If this masquerade catches up with you, your destiny is in your hands. If it doesn't catch up with you, it's whatsoever you do to escape that's going to work now, not what anybody can do for you. You know? And that was a very, very remarkable turning point in my life. Because before then, I've always enjoyed a lot of pity party, you know, when people see you walking in the zigzag way that I used to walk, and they say, Pele, you know, I used to enjoy that Pele that time. Sorry, you know. But from that day, I told myself, this is the end of pity party. No more self-pity. No more looking for anybody to tell me sorry. You know, that day I just told myself, the time of me thinking, showing weakness is gone. And from that day on, I told myself, I'm not going to show any sign of weakness again. Talk less of anybody saying sorry. Hey, yeah, is your disability that is making this to happen. Yeah. You know? And so that was the turning point in my life. Yeah. From that point on, I started telling myself that there's nothing that's going to be impossible for me to do in life. The only things that will be impossible are the things I tell myself, Kola, don't bother yourself to do this. You know? So I just discovered that can-do spirit came from nowhere.
And was it that can-do spirit that made you to teach yourself how to drive? Because I remember one of the stories I heard you talk about was the day you took your dad's car out without his knowledge, and then it broke down, or maybe it just went off right there on the railway track.
Yeah.
And there was a train
you know,
that was coming.
that was the exact thing that started. From that time on, never tell me, Kola, you cannot do this. Right. I want to try this. Kola, you can't do it because of your disability. I will do it to prove to you that my disability is not an hindrance to me in life. You understand? That, yes, I have this disability. My left leg is paralyzed, but the right leg is still okay.
Yes, sir.
So why should you tell me I'm a non-entity in life? Why should you tell me, oh, just sit down there, don't carry it, oh, don't do this? So the more you tell me don't do this, the more something in me wants to do it to prove to you that I can do it. You know, so I think I was in secondary school. I should be in my Form 5 then. My father took us to the farm, and you know, after we've worked on the farm, so each of my siblings started, sitting, playing with the car. It was a free road, and so he said, yes, who wants to learn how to drive? The first one sat behind the steering and moved the car. My father would say, no, don't do it this way, do it this way. The second one, then the third one. Then suddenly I said, yes, that is my turn. And my father said, Kola Wale, you can't drive this car. It's a manual car. You can't drive it. It has 3 pedals. You have only one functioning leg. So when you grow up, you wanted to use it to encourage me or to console me. So when you grow up, you will have money, you will buy automatic. Then you will learn how to buy that. To drive that. You know, that day I laughed because I am seeing somebody saying, you cannot again. And I just told myself, I'm going to prove to my father that I'm going to drive this vehicle. So I first started with, anytime he parks it in front of the house, I will just go there, try and move it to the front and back. And then suddenly one day, his driver was sent on an errand, and I followed him. And somehow I was able to convince the driver that, one day I can drive this car. And I promised him a bottle of beer. Once you promise Owade beer, you can get anything from him. That was how he released the car to me. And then I just linked the main road for the first time in my life. And then I now discovered that it wasn't any joke at all. I'd never driven it beyond what I push in front of the house. And in the process of all this, my deadly experiment, the car got to the railroad and then just packed up. You know, it was in Gear 3. I pressed the brake and suddenly it went off. And I didn't know what next to do. And the train was coming. You know, by that time, I will put on the ignition. The car will just jump to the front and just jump to the back again. Now people have gathered. They were all shouting, get down from the car, save your life. But my head was just thinking, I can do this thing. I can do this thing. I can do this thing, you know? And of course, the train was getting so close. the train driver had seen an obstruction on his path, so it was just hitting the horn. And you know, somehow, instinctively, I just felt change the gear to 1. Then I pressed the brake, the clutch, press the throttle, release my leg from the clutch, you know, and then that was how the car jumped off the railroad, and then the train just went behind me, just like that. It was split seconds. Of course, I had dry gore immediately. I was just shivering, you know. Yes, I almost died, but something in me said, yes, you have started proving to them that you can drive it. And of course, that was just the beginning of it. For me to learn how to drive, I discovered that it's not going to be the way every other person drives. So for me to drive, my left hand must always be on my thigh, on my left leg, so that I can press the leg on the clutch. Yes, I need to use my left hand to press my knee and tie to the clutch, you know. So my right hand was the one that was always holding the steering. So anytime I need to change gear, I will use this place to hold the steering. Then I can use the right hand to change the gear. Yes, and that was how I taught myself to drive a manual car. I got so connected to that car that it was the first car I used in my life. I inherited it before my father died. He just said, "Oh yeah, just take it away." All right. So the truth of it is that the only things we can't do in life are the things we tell ourselves we can't do. If you say you can't do it, and once you tell yourself something in you believes it, that you can't do it, and then you can't do it. So there's no limit to anything we can do in life. The only limit we have in our path in life are the ones that we have put along our ways.
There's no limit.
Okay.
Ourselves. Wow. Okay, Ms. Olugbodi, fantastic. Now, you wanted to study medicine. That was actually what you wanted to study. But
social statistics.
You went to Obafemi Awolowo University and studied demography and statistics and social statistics, which was way off from what you initially wanted to do. Now, what advice do you have for young people who think maybe they are in one area?
Thank you. This is very key. You know, the biggest mistake I first made in my life, academic-wise, yes, I knew I was brilliant. At least, relatively, I was brilliant. But I was deceived. Or rather, maybe I deceived myself. I allowed myself to be deceived, whichever. You know, they used to say that if you are brilliant, then you need to be in the sciences. You need to be studying physics, chemistry, biology. And so that was how I moved to the science class in my Form 4. And then I started studying physics, chemistry, biology, maths, and everything. And I started telling myself I would do medicine. Sincerely speaking, I knew I was struggling to understand physics, to understand chemistry. Yeah, biology is more like literature, you know, but I was struggling. But instead of me to quickly adjust and move maybe to a commercial class or art class, I allowed pride to enter my head and say, how will they hear? I'm speaking Yoruba English. What will people say when somebody as brilliant as myself now goes to commercial class? So I finished my WAEC. When I was going to do WAEC, I did sciences. The first jam I did, I entered for medicine. But my first WAEC, I failed very well. Very, very well, that I had only 2 credits. I had some P's and several F's. I remember then when I went to check my results, my biology was P8. But eventually when report came out, it was F9. They said they made mistake, that it was supposed to be F9, not P8.
Wow.
You know, so when I failed, the second time I was going to do WAEC, I started coming back to my senses. I knew that I forced myself to study physics, chemistry, biology, and it would have been easier for me to have done commercial. So the next jump I was going to do, I put in for economics. Of course, when I was going to rewrite my WAEC, I did art courses, subjects, I did commercial subjects. I did literature, I did BK, I did commerce, I did everything that I had to read by myself. And I passed, you know? So now I felt, yes, let me do economics in the university.
Wow.
But I did not attain the cutoff for economics. So I was offered demography and social statistics because the cutoff was lower. And then, of course, it was just a new course that was just being introduced to Obafemi Awolowo University. And that was how I studied demography and social statistics. I never knew anything about that course. I got to know about that, the name of the course, when they offered it to me. Not anything I knew about, you know. At times when people ask me, so what course are you doing in the university? I'll say demography. And somebody will say, is that not the study of demons? I say, it's not. I say, no, that's demonology. That's not. So, you know the wonderful thing? Let me just quickly jump to what is happening now. Thank God that I studied demography, even though I never wanted to. In my part 2, I was prepared to change to either economics or accounting. In fact, they have created a space for me in accounting department in Obafemi Awolowo University. It was the last minute that I felt inside of my heart that I should not change it, from demography, and I stayed. Now, the beauty of God that knows the end from the beginning. Background check international is what I'm doing now. The basics and the background of background check, the way we do it now, I use the idea of what they taught us in demography. Demography, it's all about, yes, population statistics.
Wow.
How do you gather data? How do you analyze data? How do you appraise data? How do you do whatever? Directly or indirectly, that is what we do in BCI. We collect data on people that we run background check on. We go all over the place to get it. We must be able to analyze it. We must be able to explain it in a way that our clients will be able to use it on their staff. So if I had not studied demography, I'm not sure I'll be doing background check today.
Nothing will go through the waste.
So God that arranged it, that even though I wanted to do economics and I found myself in demography, knew ahead that I was going to pioneer an industry in Nigeria that has to do with data information. You know, so for young ones listening to me, sincerely speaking, don't deceive yourself that the commercial is for weaklings, or art is for people that are not smart. Know your strengths. Know where your passion lies. Know where your interest lies. Sincerely speaking, I wish I did more of art. Now I'm writing books. Now I'm doing so much writings, and I did not really study so much of literature. I wish I did more of literature. Maybe I would have been a better writer than what I'm doing now.
Wow.
No.
Wow. Essentially, there is nothing or no experience that we have gone through that is a waste. So anyone who is going through one situation or the other,
exactly,
and thinking this is not the ideal that I actually wanted, that experience, you may actually use it in the future. Okay, we need to run because our time is going. And this is very interesting. Okay, sir, you failed in entrepreneurship at a point. Because I remember that maybe you started some series of business and all that before you came into background checks. And at a point in time, you were even a banker. And then maybe you experienced a fraud. God just saved you and said, that's the end. I'm not doing it again, you know. And so I would like you to talk to us. How did you eventually come up with that idea of having the first
all right, thank you very much, Mr. Bayo. One thing is that, yes, when I left university, I served with National Population Commission. And from National Population Commission, I moved to work in the bank, North South Bank, you know. And then, of course, one of the things making me to move was because of the take home. The National Population Commission was civil service, and then the take home was not anything to write home about. I remember telling my accountant one day, I said, this money is not, it doesn't go more than 2 weeks. I can't even send money home to my parents or anything. And the accountant told me that they said I should check the pay slip they used to give to me. Now, what did they write there? I said personal emolument. So he said, we pay you personal emolument, not family. So, so he said, no, it's not supposed to be what you share with family. So that was what made me to move to the bank. I wanted something that will give me more, you know. And then I got to the bank. Yeah, thank God, the salary was a little bit more than that of civil servant. But the truth is that it still was not going too far. Then one day, one of my friends, we were just gisting, and then he made a statement. He said, in Yoruba, he said, and I asked, I said, all right, what's the meaning of this proverb or adage? And he said that when you walk to eat. But if you want to be wealthy, you must be into business. That was where I made up my mind I was going into business. Yes, I had that adage as I was going to business, but I didn't know the business was going to. So I did a lot of trial and error, and eventually I started a business that felt was doing good, but it rubbished me so much. I was so neck deep in debt, had police case in my hands and everything, you know. And after that, I tried a lot of businesses also, pure water business, FL, what is it called now? Multi-level marketing, GNLD, forever living product and everything. Everything I was trying kept on failing until I discovered myself that not everybody is meant for commodity business. Some of us are meant for services, not at whatever. So that's why all the things I've done were businesses that I was selling things, but I don't know how to ask for my money back. You know. So now in the process, I now started a recruitment agency, and we were giving out support staff, you know, drivers, messengers and everything. Then one question everybody kept on asking is that, can you vouch for these people? And truly, we are only interviewing them. We don't know so much about their background. That was how at a point, you know, I'm cutting the story short, it's long. At a point we introduced verifying some of their documents, their certificates, places where they have worked, their addresses. We try to confirm to be sure that what they have said is correct. And that was how background check was given birth to. You know, so by the time we started adding it to that recruitment, it just occurred to us that this is an industry on its own. And we researched and we discovered that nobody was doing anything close to this in Nigeria. So that was how we had to register the company, Background Check International. I was the only staff then, you know. It was not easy. You know, I've suffered it. I mean, failing from one business to the other, to the other, to the other. So when the idea was coming to me, when I share it with you, nobody wants to join a failure. Everything you have done, you have failed. Now you are coming with a totally alien idea. So I remember when we were going to start, I was the sorry, I want to put my light so you can see my face. I was the driver, I was the secretary, I was the everything.
Okay.
And interestingly, the job started coming in. You know, like I said somewhere one day, we had our first client was Unilever. Wow. I remember when Unilever called us for presentation, I was the only staff. I had to hire people to go with me, and we did very well. And we got our first job. Our second job came from Fidelity Bank, you know, and sincerely, that was the start of the industry. And I'm talking of 2004. Now we have done the business for like 15, 16 years. Wow. And it's really been wonderful.
Wow. Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done, sir. Okay, we have just a few minutes. In 3 minutes, sir, I know you are somebody who has risen from adversity. You have been able to spot opportunities. You took advantage of them. God helped you with a lot of determination and efforts. You know, if we had time, I would have asked you to tell us how you met your wife. I know that's an interesting story. You know, but this COVID-19, this pandemic has affected a lot of businesses. How can entrepreneurs recognize opportunities in the midst of this
one thing
pandemic?
is that anytime we see crisis,
maybe in 3 minutes,
crisis is just the forerunner of opportunities. Anytime you see the crisis, opportunities is coming behind it. Yeah. So you will deceive yourself if you get carried away by the crisis and you are not noticing the opportunities coming along with it. So sincerely speaking, yes, we have COVID-19. Businesses will never be the same again by the time this is over. And we don't even know when it's going to be over. Now in Nigeria, it's just really spiking and climbing. And now some of us have returned back to business. That means that if care is not taking the figure, God forbid it, we don't want to see what is happening in US. You understand? But in the midst of the whole thing, let's all be looking out for where are the opportunities. Where are the opportunities? Now, schools have taken everything online now. The universities are doing, lectures for their students online now. That is unprecedented. You understand? Now, I know that if I need to meet with any of my clients, in Lekki or Victoria Island, I don't need to enter the traffic in Lagos. Let's go on Zoom. Let's go on any of those conference call applications. That has come to stay. That will not be ever be the same again. You know. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that the fullness of how the opportunities is not yet known, and it's going to differ from industry to industry. But everybody should be on the lookout and begin to say, so where is the next thing? What's going to be the next thing? Of course, traveling outside the country for global business, that one is not likely to start this year. So that means we need to now look inwards. Whether we all like it or not, government and private sectors, we need to develop this country. This is now our own America. This is now our own Europe. This is now the Dubai. At least for the next 6 months, thereabout, nobody's going nowhere. So the opportunities, we are here. So now let's look inwards. Let's develop that which is our own. The health sector. Now, I mean, we know what's happening to oil. So the truth is that whether we like it or not, we all have been singing the song that oil will soon die, and it's almost dying the natural death now, courtesy of COVID-19. So what I'm trying to say is, in essence, is that we need to look beyond what is happening around and begin to say, so where are the opportunities? We need to start asking the questions. If you can pray, start praying and say, God, open my eyes. Where are the opportunities in this thing? And you will see it.
Where are the opportunities?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olugbodi. Now, you have a book.
Okay.
And that book is fantastic. I remember when we met at that Bridget conference, you know, you gave me the book. It's been awesome. Okay. The book, Through It All. Yes, that's the book. Through It All. Where can people get that book to buy? It talks about your experience. You know, I wish we had time. He would tell us how he met his wife, how so many ladies gave him
what we do presently, you can only get it online.
Where can people get that book to buy?
I've just posted, typed the website, tia.com.ng.
Okay.
Yes, you can always order your copy.
Okay.
Yes, tia.com.ng. You can order your copy and it will be shipped to you. We have the soft copy there that you can download instantly to your tab or your smartphone. But for the hard copy, yes, tia.com.ng. You know, order for it and then we ship it across to you. For people outside Nigeria, US, UK, you can always get it on Amazon. Just type Through It All, Kola Olugbodi, and then you will get, yes, you will get my books on Amazon.
Okay.
No,
Thank you so much. Thank you. I wish we had more time. Thank you so much. It's always good, you know, talking to you, listening to you, learning from you. It's been wonderful. How I wish we could take some questions from you, but I think we have less than 2 minutes to go off. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Olugbodi. We have learned so much from you. We pray for you that God will increase with leaps and bounds. It will increase the scope of your influence. You will never go down. You will get better and better. Thank you so much. Now, we're going to continue this for the rest of the week. Tomorrow, I'm bringing on Mrs. Bumia Pampa. Now, Mrs. Bumia Pampa is a wealth coach. She's someone that I have known for over 20 years.
Wow.
And she's amazing. She wrote a book that was the number one best-selling book on Amazon.
Wow.
Okay, and she's going to talk to us about building generational wealth and retirement planning. I believe everybody should hear about retirement planning. This pandemic has exposed a lot of people's finances. You begin to wonder, if this thing were to continue for 6 months, can I survive?
The pleasure is
talk to us practically tomorrow. It's going to be very exciting. I want to thank you so much, Mr. Olugbodi. God bless you. Thank you so much. My audience, can you please give him a clap? Give him a clap. Give him a clap. Give him a clap. If you're there, just give him a clap. Thank you. We're excited to have you here. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is 6 p.m. 6 p.m. same time, right here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abayo. Thank you. God bless you. Have a nice evening. Thank you so much, everyone that joined us.
God bless you.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, sir. God bless you. All right, bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. All right, sir.